Good morning, good morning. A-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. How is everybody doing today? I am doing so fine. I'm doing great. I'm in this kitchen getting ready to make me a nice cup of coffee, y'all. Gonna warm up some nice breakfast taco food this morning. And then I'm gonna get to work, y'all. I just thought I'd come on here for a few minutes just to say hey and let you all know that I hope y'all are having an outstanding day so far. And I hope that things are only gonna go uphill from here. I am going to have a nice cup of Starbucks Verona coffee. I'm out of my K-cups, y'all, so I have to use this bag coffee and using my drip coffee pot, which is just fine. Hey, old school is just fine. Always has been and always will be. But I think I have some in here. I have had this Folgers container, years. And what I do is I fill it up with my Starbucks. And actually, I have enough of it in here that I don't need to use any from that bag. So y'all, let me just get my coffee going here. 2 cups of coffee. I use 4.5 tablespoons of coffee. I use this kind of measuring spoon. You know, I always measure my coffee. I always measure my water. I use measuring cups for everything because I want to get it right every single time. Oh my gosh, it's time for a new coffee pot. I've had this one for some years, but you know, the cost of coffee pots has gone up so much. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna use this one until it stops working. I'm so okay with that because although it would be nice to have a nice new shiny coffee pot, I don't really need one, but it would be nice to have a new one with all the new features. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all just coffee. So as long as I can get me a nice cup from this old coffee pot, which is probably about 5 years old, and my Keurig is probably about 4 or 5 years old too. But as long as they keep working, hey, I'm gonna keep on using them. And I'm going to be using one of my favorite coffee cups. Good morning, sunshine, because I'm a ball of sunshine. Y'all, I'm in a good mood today because I went to the hair salon yesterday. My hair turned out lovely. I've been looking rough for the past couple of weeks, I tell you. I don't go to the salon as often as I used to. And I don't know why, because I think it's just laziness, because my lady does a really good job with my hair and I never have to do anything at all. I don't even have to comb my hair. In fact, I rarely comb my hair after she does it. I just finger it, you know, just style it with my fingers and everything. And I have no hair loss. This lady has really helped me to have tremendous hair growth. You can hardly tell sometimes when I wear it curled, but it's really growing, it's healthy, and I'm so gray, y'all, look. My hair, I'm 55 years old, and yeah, my hair is telling my age. I'm so okay with that, y'all. Y'all, I live in North Carolina, as most of y'all know. I just moved here, you know, it's been under a year. There is no good Mexican food restaurants in North Carolina, which is, to me, is very traumatizing because I actually love Mexican food so much. It's just, I eat it so much. I'm looking for my favorite frying pan. I'm gonna sing to you guys while I duck down and get it, okay? I love Mexican food so much. I love Mexican food so much that I'm going to This is not my favorite pan, but this is the one I'm gonna use. It's gonna serve my purposes today. Actually, I have already cooked. Yesterday I got up and I made some sausage, eggs, and potatoes. And I had some left over, so I'm just gonna warm it up on top of the stove, y'all. And got me some nice pico de gallo that I'm gonna put in there. Let me find my pico, y'all. Here we go. I guess this is not pico, it's fresh salsa. I prefer this kind over the kind that you get in a jar. The kind that you get in a jar, it seems like it has too much salt. And I like having all these nice, fresh ingredients in mine. Smells so good when you take the top off. It's got, you know, just all kinds of garlic and tomatoes and lime and chili peppers and onions and I'm telling you, it smells and tastes outstanding. Well, what I sometimes do when I make my breakfast tacos, when I scramble my eggs, sometimes I'll drop some of that fresh salsa right on in the frying pan, and it just tastes so good. One of the things I learned, because I'm here from Texas, and I love the food in Texas. You know, they say North Carolina has good barbecue. Texas has good barbecue. Texas has excellent barbecue. There's this restaurant there called Terry Black's Barbecue. I'm telling you, go online and order. If you don't live in Texas, go online and order some of their stuff and have it shipped to you. Now it's gonna cost $40 to have, let's say you order $40 worth of stuff. It's gonna cost you $40 to have it shipped because that's just what it costs to ship food for some reason. Because I know I ordered some tamales from a place in San Antonio last year, and my tamales cost me like $42 and the shipping cost $40. But I'm telling you, those tamales were so worth it. I bought 4 dozen tamales. Oh, they were so good. You know, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And when you can't find the kind of food that you're used to eating, you know, when you move, it's kind of hard, you know. And so one of the things I learned about making breakfast tacos is that you can take those corn tortillas, I think it's called migas, M-I-G-A-S, migas. And when so migas is meatless. And you have eggs, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos. I guess you can have potatoes in it, I'm not sure. But what they do in Texas is they take the corn tortillas and dice them up real fine and drop them in the pan and saute them along with the onions and jalapenos, and it gives the breakfast taco such a unique flavor, because then what they do is they put it inside of a flour tortilla. So good, y'all. I'm telling you, Mexican food is my favorite food. And then after that, probably Italian. My mother was from Texas, and so she raised us on the kind of food that she was used to eating. And, you know, Mexican food, Tex-Mex, is huge, you know, in Texas. And so we grew up eating, you know, enchiladas and tamales. And my mom used to make something called Mexican food, M-E-S-K-I-N. And one of these days I'm gonna try to make that. And it was so good. My siblings and I always looked forward to eating her Mexican food because it was so good. Back then, you know, she made it a lot during the 70s and 80s. But back then, y'all, I'm dropping some of this salsa in the pan with my sausage and potatoes and eggs, this fresh salsa. I'm also gonna put some on top of my on top of my burrito, my breakfast taco when I'm done. But my mom would make it with, she would make her Mexican food. She would layer it, and it seems like she did it a couple of different ways. Let me get my coffee stirrer from over here, guys. I'm trying to quickly do this before I go to work. She would do layers of enchiladas, ground beef, tamales, tomatoes and tomato sauce, and rice, Mexican rice. And she would cover it with cheese, and she would bake it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think a few times she made the bottom layer cornbread. So it'd be like cornbread, chili, tamales, enchiladas, rice, tomato sauce, and cheese. Oh my gosh. Y'all, hold on a minute. You know what? Let me try this again. You know what? When I tell you I'm blessed, there is nothing like an excellent cup of coffee first thing in the morning. That coffee is delicious. Let me stir my food here so I don't burn it up. Oh, it smells so good. And you know how I like to warm up my tamales? I have all this steam coming from my frying pan. I am going to let my tortilla, I'm sorry, did I say warm up my tamales? Warm up my tortilla. I'm going to let my tortilla steam here for a little bit. And it's going to make it, it'll be perfect when I'm done. Growing up, I had some friends in, I guess it was Oklahoma City, that used to take their tortillas, and this is back before we had these nice flat top stoves. They would take their tortillas and just simply turn the stove down really, really low, turn the burner down really low. I think they had those electric, y'all know those electric burners, circular electric burners that are on the stove? They would take their tortillas and lay them on those electric burners and heat them up that way, and they would kind of burn a little bit. And but that's how they did it, you know, every time they wanted to heat up. But you know what, now that I think about it, it was before microwaves came out. Well, it was before people started having them in their homes. And so they wouldn't steam them. They would heat them up directly on top of the electric burner and probably burn them a little bit, because sometimes you did see little black charred pieces of tortilla. Now look at this. Look at that. You can tell that this is just completely soft. So I have warmed up my wonderful tortilla. I'm going to drop my sausage and eggs and tomatoes and potatoes right in here. Get a fresh fork for my salsa. Put some of that right on top of there, y'all. And I'm going to be good. I'm getting ready to go to work. And I'm going to be a happy camper. This will keep me all day long. So I won't want lunch, but I will have a snack. I have some ice cream, y'all. I like ice cream. It's wintertime, but I like ice cream. And I found some ice cream on clearance yesterday. I couldn't believe it. It's so good. Y'all try this if you can. It is Biscoff, Biscoff, with blueberry cheesecake. This is so good. You know why it was probably on clearance, on closeout? It's probably because they were selling it for too much money. Come on now. Haagen-Dazs ice cream is the only ice cream that you can legit sell for like $5 for one of those little containers. Y'all look. Hey, doesn't this look amazing? Look at that. So that's my breakfast. Anyway, I'll have some ice cream later on. Then I might cook some pork chops. which I only do maybe once or twice a year. That's it. But I bought some, so I might cook some pork chops later on. Anyway, y'all, here's to a wonderful day. Hold on. Here's to a delicious breakfast taco. Hold on, y'all. Here's to a good hair day. Hey, even though it's gray. And here's to y'all. Y'all go get some coffee. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Have a fantastic day. Bye.